Yo, what is going on, everybody? Hey, welcome to the Showdown, episode 20. I'm with my guy, King DV, and a special recruiter himself. What is going on,
What up? What up, man?
Yeah, how you been, man?
Good, man. Out here grinding in Houston, man. Trying to we saying recruiting world, put them in boots right now.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. King, what's up, my brother? Welcome to another week.
Man, what's going on, man? It's been 20 episodes already, man. I'm just happy to be here, man. I'm just happy to be here.
Yes, sir. Episode 20 and about to go in the books. But we do have a lot to get into tonight. So without further ado, let's get into it, man. Let's get into the injury report real quick. Today was a light walkthrough. So the Quez Watkins, to me, the Quez Watkins and Kaiser White are the two biggest names on this injury report. We don't know how serious it is because today was just a walkthrough. So as far as that, I guess we have to wait till Thursday and Friday to actually get the definite word on those two injuries. In your opinion, guys, the Quez Watkins, the Kaiser White, are the Philadelphia Eagles equipped enough to actually replace the Quez Watkins and the Kaiser White? Coach, go ahead, hit me up with that.
For the Kaiser, yeah, we saw it at the tail end of the game when Nakobe came in and was like, "Well, hey, we didn't even notice Kaiser being off the field because Nakobe fit right in." But I'm curious to see the effect it's going to have without Quez, because he was your speed threat. Are you going to have, Devontae kind of roll into that role and have Pascal play more of a possession, and let Devontae kind of roll in that deep threat, midfield range? Or, I hate to say it, or do you allow Covey to come into that role and fill the void? It's one of them iffy ones, but as we've all been saying, it's the next man up. So regardless of whoever's on the roster, when your number is called, it's time to go to work.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with you. But hey, without further ado, let's get into the roster moves. King, the Philadelphia Eagles, look, it seems like that they've been busy a little bit. It seemed like every week, they're either cutting or signing somebody. As far as Eagles have signed defensive end Janoris Robinson, wasn't he actually like
he was on the practice squad?
So he was on the practice squad, right? And now he's actually signed on the 53-man roster, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. But they waived Andre Charette, man. I thought that he played very well with the limited, snaps he did get. But as far as that, look, I understand the move because we got a big one right here. Avonte Maddox, help is on the way, So I understand the moves that the Philadelphia Eagles are making. So King, talk to me about the moves, the signings, the release that the Philadelphia Eagles have made so far. How do you feel about it?
I like them because we're covering all bases. Basically, we're making sure that we're not thin anywhere. And Robinson, Janoris Robinson, he's getting his shot. We got him from the practice squad of the Minnesota Vikings, so he's getting his shot now. I just say Robert Quinn, he just needs to rest up, man. He didn't look good. He really didn't look good coming here, and I think that it's been something that's been bothering him that he was trying to put off. But it's go time. We got enough depth to hold it down for the 4 weeks. So I like that. Also, I'm happy my man Avonte Maddox is coming back, man, because
help is on the way.
Joshua Scott,
Josiah Scott, man.
Josiah Scott, he did okay. I'm not gonna say good. He did okay. But some of the plays they were kind of picking on him, and those slot plays we had issues without Avonte Maddox. But now since he's in there, I don't know how healthy he's going to be the first game back, but hopefully he can go this game. If not, man, I wouldn't be shocked.
So hey, how do y'all feel about the whole Robert Quinn, man? We gave it a 4th round pick to get him, to the Philadelphia Eagles. So far, I haven't seen not one play from him, which I understand. Maybe he's playing out of position, whatever it is, but now he's on IR, possibly missing 4 games max. So, Coach, are you confused with this whole Robert Quinn signing and not being able to use him properly? And now he's on IR? I mean, are you okay?
I'm perfectly fine with it, man. We have the depth and talent on that D line anyway, and then we got to remember Robert Quinn hasn't had a bye week yet, so
Mm-hmm.
that
Oh,
man
Right.
has been banged up. So I'd rather him be on the IR and be healthy coming in the playoff, as we try and make a push for the Super Bowl, compared to him, constantly playing with a lingering injury. Hey, rest up. We understand. We got the talent. Like, I'm curious to see big boy that we just activated from the practice squad,
Mm-hmm.
Janarius, because he in my opinion he could be a legit 53 for next year, because he's a talent guy.
King.
Man, the Robert Quinn signing, it really wasn't like a big thing for me because he's not doing something what he needs to do on the field. Like I said, it might have been a lingering injury. That's probably why he's not that explosive person that he was in Chicago. But I think that with him being able to rest up, being able to get the surgery done and over with, because it's similar to
Is he having surgery?
yeah, he's having the same type of surgery that Jason Kelsey had on his elbow. I think it was his elbow. Yeah, he's having that type of surgery because it's the same thing. It's just his knee. So I really think that with him coming back, that's just somebody else in the chamber, somebody else that we can just throw in there. And our rotation, like Coach said, our rotation on the line is deadly to the point where Joseph, Sue, Hargrave, you name it, Sweat. We could just throw anybody in there and they could take over for these next couple of weeks. We got the Giants, the Bears, the Cowboys, and the Saints. Like,
Yeah, and then the Giants again. Yeah, I
yeah.
look, we only got 5 games left before the
Yeah.
end of the season. Eagles are 11-1 with 5 games left.
Mhm.
How excited are y'all, man? The Eagles 11-1. I mean, do y'all see them possibly, like where do you see the trip up at for the next 5 games, man? I know we're gonna go into the game recap, and of course we're gonna talk about the Giants that's coming up. But with 5 games left, it's like right now, it's like, oh my God, we could get the number 1 seed, and everybody had to come through the link. Divisional round, conference, a championship round, and we know the last time, they had to come to the link. The Falcons, the Vikings, and we end up in Super Bowl. Like, I mean, is this nervous time for y'all, or y'all confident that we can lock up this number 1 seed in next few weeks or so?
I'm confident. I'm gonna tell you that now. I'm confident as hell. We're gonna get into the upcoming game, but I'm confident as hell from what I've seen from this team and what they can be. Last game was just a whole complete game for me. All 3 phases. So, with that being said, if we can consistently get that from the squad, nobody's beating us at all. First of all, we're number one in pass defense. And if we get the run defense going like we did against King Henry, sky's the limit for this team. That's just defense. We ain't even talking about
King no more. I'm not giving him that title after this past Sunday game. The King, has been stripped of his crown, 30 yards. No more King Henry.
But
hell no, title is gone until
if we play like that this week, we got something there to the point where now the defensive the rush defense is waking up along with the secondary. That's deadly, and I didn't even get on MVP in the offense. I didn't even get on that yet. So we all clicking on all cylinders at the right time to the point where we're going to become unstoppable because we could beat you any type of way. So we got enough talent to do it.
All right. Hey, Coach, are you guys confident as King, man? Hey, the Philadelphia Eagles, even if they go 4-1, the next 5 games, we still could lock up the number 1 seed 4-1.
Hey, like King said, man, this past Sunday, we actually saw a complete game. All 3 phases of the game were booming. as long as them boys keep, trending up, I'm perfectly fine, regardless of the hype behind the Cowboys. The Giants don't scare me at all. They only got one weapon, which is Barkley. So as long as you neutralize that threat, you let Danny Dimes try and pick us apart, and that's a block party for Slay, Bradbury, Reed, Epps, all them boys. So I'm with King on this one, man. I'm definitely confident as far as wrapping up this regular season. The goal is we should be resting up by the Saints game so we can be ready for the playoffs.
Ooh, the Saints game. See, the thing is, with the Saints game, we still have two more. Well, we got the Saints and the Giants, but the Vikings is on our heels. So unless they lose, we can't afford to rest, for the Saints game or the Giants game until the Vikings lose, because they only one game. Well, technically, they're like what, a game and a half because behind us, because we got the head-to-head matchup, right? But like, I need them to lose first, man. I need the Vikings to at least lose one more because the Saints game is 2 games before the end of the season. Woo! It's gonna be tight. But definitely. But hey, shout out to everybody that's in the chat, man. Nina, how you doing?
Hey,
Richard,
what's going on?
Jay Swoop, what's up?
Hey, Swoop.
What's up?
What's going on, Jen?
Man, he's depressed. All the Giants fans are depressed all week. I'm trying to keep them. Look, I'm trying to keep their heads up, man. But they ain't trying to. Man. They done gave up. The Giants are 7-4-1, and their fans done waved the white flag. We're done, and all this crap. It is what it is. Thank you for tuning in. Ewan, what's up? 609. Brian, what's up, everybody?
Hey, the hubby in the building. That's Jay Swoop hubby.
Swoop husband. Okay. All right. But hey, right now, let's do a little quick game recap, man. The good, the bad, and the ugly. The Philadelphia Eagles, like they welcome the Tennessee Titans to the link and literally let them leave with the ass whooping 35-10. Talk to me about the good first. Let's definitely start with the good. What were some good that y'all saw in last week and this past Sunday game? Let's start with King.
Man, last week, run defense. The run defense held King Henry to 30 yards on 11 carries.
King. The crown been taken off 30 yards.
Okay. Bro. Okay. Derrick Henry. I'm sorry. My apologies. But no, Derrick Henry had only 30 yards on 11 carries, and he was only averaging 2.7 yards per carry. That's huge. For one of the supposed to be the best, rushers in the league. Devontae Smith and AJ Brown had over 100 yards each. That was big. That we took advantage of the secondary that was allowing 104 plus yards per game to a receiver. Period. AJ Brown, man. AJ Brown had his revenge game. It was 2 TDs. And he got the coach. He got the GM fired. I don't care what nobody said. He got the damn GM fired. And I'm gonna go with that. And because I got some notes there, that's why I keep looking down. Jalen Hurts, 380 yards, 3 touchdown passes, 1 rushing touchdown. Like, what can you say about this dude, man? Back to back offensive player of the week for the NFC. Britton Covey and the special team showed out. They showed up and showed out. That was a good for me. That's something that we wanted. I think he had over 100 plus return yards for the game. Nakobe Dean had 6 tackles and 15 snaps. 6 tackles. I'm like, yo, why is he not playing more? Like, you see the first play, he was getting held and with one arm grabbed. Derrick Henry. And stopped him basically. I'm like, yo, this kid need to be playing. What was that about an injured pet? But anyway, and our defense of line had 6 sacks. 6 on Ryan Tannehill. That's my last point for the good. I'll let everybody else go, but I was just hyped about that game.
Talk to me, man. What was some good that you saw?
The good 100 yards punt return, 380 yards passing, and then 6 sacks, man. The biggest thing was a lot of people are getting on Jonathan Gannon about his pass rush because he's only sending 4 at a time, and they're hardly getting to the quarterback. But now we're finally seeing these boys click, and we're getting 6. I don't think we've seen as much in the game compared to what was it, week 3 when we put 9 on the Commanders. So defense is finally now getting into a groove, and their confidence, of course, is getting back up there. It's giving me that whole vibe. The boys are out there having fun again. And then it just gives credit to Sue and Joseph Linville, the impact those guys are now creating on that defense. 380 yards, 39 pass attempts. That's showing they're trying to beat you with the pass game. And Jalen's putting the ball where it's supposed to be, man. Like,
absolutely.
How did AJ catch that? If everybody's talking about Jalen's a running back, he would have been able to make that perfect throw because that was right in the basket to where the DB could even contest to that pass. And then 3 touchdowns passing with 380. Bro, he's showing you he sat comfortable in the pocket, took his time, and then he picked his poison. And then 100 yards on a punt return. Everybody's been giving Covey hell this whole season. And now, like y'all said before we got on, he feel like he's getting into a groove. I don't know what happened between Michael Clay, Nick Sirianni, and the whole, special teams. But whatever they did last week, they need to keep it up because the game is a lot different when you're getting your first possession at midfield compared on your 10 or your 15. So those are my big 3 right there.
All right, hey, shout out to everybody that's watching, man. Please make sure y'all hit that like button for your boy, man. We are live on 2 channels, my channel and King TV channel. If you're not subscribed to our channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. We here every Wednesday for the Showdown, so definitely want to tune into that. But look, definitely, man, the good for me, Jalen Hurts, man. This dude, we had Michael Vick, Donovan McNabb, Randall Cunningham. This dude is doing stuff that no other quarterback in Eagles history have done before. First player in team history, 350 passing yards, 3 passing TDs, and 1 rushing TDs. And he sat down at the 9-minute mark in the 4th quarter. I'm like, this is, if Jalen Hurts is not the MVP or most improved player or some kind of award, then there is a problem. This dude took the biggest leap I've ever saw a quarterback take from the previous year, from his first year starting to his second year starting. We heard about all this offseason working out with Tom Brady and the quarterback coach. I forgot what the coach he was working out with. Right. He was putting that work with his wide receivers. We saw it, all right? Like this dude, and nobody thought that he was going to take this type of leap. We was okay. If only he could improve just a little bit, right? Just throw the ball on time. But this dude took like 5 steps forward, like unbelievable. He's on a better pace than Carson Wentz was through the first 12 games the year we won the Super Bowl. Everything on Jalen Hurts is higher than Carson Wentz, including touchdowns, including passer rating. Like the yards is just a little bit below, underneath, probably like 40, 50 yards below. This dude is on fire. So that right there is enough for me to stop with the good, but I'm going to go with Covey. All right, kudos to Covey. This dude, little cheeky, like, let's fly into air. When Nick Sirianni was like, hey, shout out to Covey, the special teams. I'm happy for him. I want to see him do well. He do well. We do well. We get great field position. And now we ain't got to worry about going 90 yards every time, 80 yards every time. We had some great field position. So shout out to him, the blocking, team. This a special team was like, who were they? I don't know. I'm hoping we could carry that, travel to MetLife Stadium on Sunday and do the exact same thing And my last thing is the defensive line, man. The defensive line got so many different variations. Man, you see Fletcher Cox on the DN. You see Sue, Joseph, and Sweat. That's one package. You see Graham, Sweat. I mean, like, this is the defensive line. We don't even need to rush more than 4 if we could get to the quarterback like that. You dropping 7, you rushing 4, especially when we do have the number 1 passing defense in the whole NFL. Good luck. You know what I mean? So those were the good for me. I don't have no okay. All right, I'll start with the bad. The bad, I don't know. Man, I don't have no bad. Anybody got a bad?
Yes.
Or is it the ugly? Don't tell me. Don't.
It's the bad. It's the bad.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Because it's unordinary for this to happen, but the penalties.
Ugly. That's ugly.
That's not ugly because it's not consistent. It wasn't consistent that this happens. This is a bad that could have cost us the game if we were playing somebody that actually studied us. Because I don't think Tennessee studied us at all. I think that we were so talented and so focused on our game plan that regardless of how many penalties it was, we were able to overcome anything that Tennessee threw at us. And they wide receivers are garbage. And it was just a lot. It was just a lot of penalties that, false starts, illegal man downfield, ineligible man down the field. All those penalties added up for us. And anybody else, like let's say the Falcons or somebody else had those many penalties, they automatically lost the game. So, but that's why it's more of a bad for me than an ugly, because that doesn't happen all the time. I don't know if Jason Kelsey had too much to drink. I don't know if they was just recording the album and trying to make a remix. I don't know what was going on, but that's why I said it's bad. It's bad.
And Coach, what was your best? I think the penalties were ugly because, a bad is like, okay, fumble, but the ugly in any other game, if we're playing a good team to get 11, 12 penalties, that is an ugly game to me. But what was your bet in this game?
Miles Sanders, man. What he had? Only 24 yards rushing.
Didn't need him though.
Was that on Miles or the game plan?
It's on both, because you gotta allow your running back to get into the groove. But as well, the run game helps the passing game. Jalen could have had more yards if they ran a little bit more. Think about it. He threw 28 for 39. So if we round it up, Jalen threw 40 times. That's too many times for your quarterback to potentially, throw an error or anything out there. If you got a balanced offense out there, now you're making, teams at least, respect the offense to an aspect. Now I got to load the box because Miles Sanders is out there. But that's my bad, man. I don't think I have an ugly or anything like that. Yeah, I get the penalties, but as well, it was some minor penalties, bro. The roughing, the unnecessary roughness by Epps, that was a clean hit. So all those penalties are kind of going to be more of like the referees, what their trends are when it comes, because each referee crew has trends on different type of fouls that they're going to call. So I think that was just theirs. I didn't do no research on that, but if I had to throw my opinion or my guess, that's probably what their trend is as far as most frequent calls.
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah. Somebody mentioned Amadiata, man. Amadiata, I mean, I consider him, one of the best left tackles in the league. And so far, the past few games, he hasn't been really solid a little bit. Is that a concern? I'm not really sure, but I mean, it happens. It happens. I'm just glad that it's not happening every game. So I don't have no more. What was your ugly, King? Do you have an ugly before we move on to the upcoming game?
No, I don't have an ugly at all.
All right.
Not this game.
All right. Hey, what's up, Eagles champ, Miss Berg gang? How y'all doing, man? Coach Cowboy, what's up?
Ops.
Public enemy
Ops in the building.
Always
Ops in the building. What's going on, bro?
Where they at? Always peeping behind enemy line, Cold Cowboys. Okay, I see you. Hey, shout out to you, man. But all right, so now let's move on to the upcoming matchup with the New York Little Giants. All right, let's talk about it. They basically tied the Washington Commanders. They are 7-4-1. The Commanders are 7-5-1. To me, that was a win-win for the Philadelphia Eagles. But this upcoming matchup, all right, so what is y'all biggest concern going into this matchup against the New York Little Giants? According to their fans, they're done. All right, they done hung it up. They done get the Eagles the win already. So what is your biggest concern? I guess the Giants fans, they all got concerns. But what is your biggest concern heading into this matchup against the Giants, King?
Saquon Barkley. That's it.
Saquon.
That's it. That's the only concern for me, because I got a lot of notes on the Giants. They cornerbacks is not they hurt. They starting quarterbacks is hurt, man. Jackson and King. Hurt. They hurt. So they might not even play. One with a neck injury, and I don't even know what the other injury is. So they might not play. Also, Daniel Jones don't get off on running, and if Saquon Barkley is not a threat. So if we can stop him, then everything we makes Daniel Jones a passer. So that doesn't concern me. It's just Saquon Barkley, because he is the engine to their offense. Once that gets shut down, I'm cool. I know we can win this game.
Okay, all right, Coach. What is your biggest concern facing the New York Little Giants this upcoming Sunday at the Meadowlands?
Biggest concern, Jonathan Gannon.
Jonathan Gannon. Okay, interesting.
And hear me out. Gannon likes to stunt with his interior line.
I think you frozen, Coach. All right, we'll get him back. Hey, we're going to try to get him back real quick. But, hey, look, my biggest concern, right, facing the New York Giants, I got a few, all right? My first one is, of course, Saquon Barkley. You have to be able to stop the run, because we don't want our defense to be on the field as much. And we saw against the Washington Commanders, once you establish that run and you can't get the team off the field, it's going to be a long game, the time of possessions, a lot of third down conversions. So that right there is my first concern facing the Giants. My second one is a mobile quarterback. I'm sorry, but the Philadelphia Eagles always have an issue with mobile quarterbacks. Kenny Hill wasn't even mobile. He wasn't even that mobile with a bad ankle. And he still managed to hold on.
I think it was 34 yards.
Yeah, so he was their leading rusher, because once we couldn't get to Kenny Hill with the front four, the opportunity was there to run. But Daniel Jones had done pretty well when he faced Philadelphia Eagles running against us. So we do have to be concerned about that. I don't know how the RPO, how often they run RPO, but definitely Daniel Jones, you have to work by him. You just have to give him respect, because this dude was the leading rusher for a while for quarterbacks when the season started. So I'm not going to sleep on Daniel Jones at all until he's on his back after back after back. But before that happened, he's part of my concern. My third concern is their edge rushers, man. Thibodeau, and you have to give him his respect. He's healthy now. He's getting, back into shape, into form, and you have to give him respect. We saw Maniata kind of struggle a little bit. We saw Lane Johnson holding penalties. That could cause them to keep a drive moving if Thibodeau could get around that edge faster than our guys could backpedal. So that's one. The stadium. The last time we played at freaking MetLife Stadium, Miles Sanders almost took his ankles out, because that stupid stadium is a curse. I'm sorry, man. I can't stand to play over there. I know he has some miracles over there. It's a home away from home, but that stadium is for real. Like for real now. Like, man, you could ask the Jets players, the Giants players, man. Even this year, a couple of people done tore their ACL playing in that stadium. So that has to be a concern, going to that stadium, especially right now. And we're healthy, like no serious injuries. And I would hate to go to that stadium and something bad happen because of that stupid field that they have. So those are my concerns. So anything, Coach, were you done talking about your concerns?
Hey, you brought it up as far as Danny Dimes, but then as well with that edge rush. Thibodeau's gonna be a beast, and then you got my boy Aziz. I've seen it firsthand in high school. I've coached this kid, so he's gonna be another problem as well. And it's the second year in the league, so the New York has something brewing if they can add some additional decent pieces. But it's all about timing, man. We lucked up. Xavier McKinney's hurt, so it's just oh boy Love back there by himself. So I'm not that concerned. But if New York was healthy, I'd probably be a little shaking in my shoes a little bit.
So are y'all concerned about the middle of the field? Because we saw against the Colts, against the Packers, the quick slant in the middle of the field being wide open. Are y'all concerned that if they might, try to do the same thing that the Colts did, the Packers did, quick slants in the middle of the field? I don't know why our middle of the field is always wide open like this. We saw it this past Sunday against the freaking Titans. That tight end, number 83, is his longest catch of the season, 42 yards down the seam. I mean, does that worry y'all at all?
No, not at all. Not at all. I think that Daniel Jones is not Matt Ryan. Daniel Jones is not Tannehill. He's not any of those guys. So I'm not worried at all because that's what they don't want us to do, make him a passer. If we make him a passer, game over. Game over. Period. So the stadium is a concern, but
yeah,
I'm trying to be optimistic. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be optimistic about nobody getting hurt, nobody getting turf toe or anything like that. We just need to play smart and stay healthy. That's it. I'm trying to be positive about that.
Yeah. Coach, middle of the field at all? Any concern? No.
This is just Gannon's defense, man. He's going to rather give up the middle compared to something deep. That's just how he's been playing all season. But as well, look what he's done all season. What team scored the most on us, and that was game 1. So like I said, that's why my biggest concern is Gannon, because he's going to determine how this game turns out. If he plays tries and get pretty with it, or be too conservative, these guys can pick us apart. But if he keeps playing and setting the boys up how they're supposed to, we should be fine, man. So
yeah, I mean, hey, I like what Richie say. Dougie P going to give the Eagles an early present and beat the Cowboys 27-24.
I like it.
I mean, but who's their starting quarterback? Because I know that Trevor Lawrence went down this past Sunday, so I don't even know.
They say he might be all right. They say he might be all right.
So if it's all right, hey, I like it. But if it's all right, Dougie P.
Nobody
knows the NFC East. So it definitely, I could see possibly that happening. But we'll see what happened though.
But nobody brought up that we can clinch a playoff berth.
Yeah, but a couple things need to happen. San Fran need to lose, and Seattle need to lose.
San Fran can lose.
Who they play?
San Fran play the Bucs, so that could possibly happen. But Seattle, who does Seattle play? Let me see. Who Seattle plays? In Seattle play?
Is it the Rams?
Let me see. The Seahawks play. Wait, I don't even see them on here. Oh, they play the Panthers. You know what I mean? The Panthers, man. Like, good luck. Hey,
man.
Hey, but hey, any given Sunday, the Panthers. I don't know who's going to be the starting quarterback, but look, we just have to go out there and take care of our business. And whenever we clinch a playoff spot, we clinch a playoff spot. So I'm not, worried about no other team doing our work for us because we are in great position, 11-1. Heading to this game. So hey, we'll see what happens. But I'm about to say something else too, but man, I forgot. But anyway, and now let's move on, man. Talk to me about all right. So 3 keys to victory, man. We're gonna try and make it an early night tonight, man. So 3 keys to victory on both sides, though. I want y'all to give me a good argument. How can the Giants beat the Eagles? Give me 3 keys for the Giants to beat the Eagles, and then 3 keys for the Eagles to beat the Giants. Who wants to start?
I'll start. Get it out the way. I'm gonna go Giants first.
All right.
Saquon Barkley needs to be utilized 92% of the time on his offense.
92.
92. That's an awkward number, but yeah, 92. He needs to really, 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 really focus on gaining positive yards. Also, number 2, their defense has to try to get to Jalen Hurts. Their defense have to Thibodeau. All those guys have to try to get to Jalen Hurts. And they gotta have a spy on him. Number 3, I would just say, what got them in a position to be one of the playoff teams. They got to go back to that formula because the last couple of games they haven't been going to that formula. I mean, yeah, they've been running with Saquon, but their defense hasn't been the same. And I know that's due to injury, but certain guys on the Giants has to step up to try to make this a compatible game to the point where they can come out with the victory. Similar to what the Toy Soldiers did. So similar to that. So that's my 3 my 3 for the Giants. For the Eagles, man, where do I start? The Giants' rush defense is giving up 5.1 yards per carry. We need to run the damn ball. Run the ball. Let Booby Miles do his thing. Booby Miles Sanders needs to do his thing. If Booby Miles don't have 1,000 yards by the end of this game, I'm going to scream. 1. Number 2, like I said earlier, their 2 cornerbacks are injured. Their 2 starting quarterbacks are injured. They may not play this game. Take advantage of that. But you have to have a balanced offense to the point where they are like, okay, we doing play action. We can sit up there and, take advantage of that because we're running the ball. Number 3, Jonathan Gannon has to not respect Daniel Jones like he does everybody else. He needs to blitz him. Last game in that tie game against the Commanders, the quarterback had 4 hits. They all was for sacks. So that's what I'm saying. We just coming off a 6-sack game. We need to get to Daniel Jones. We get to him, it's gonna be a long night or a long day for the New York Midgets. And I'm done.
All right, Coach. Now give me an argument. How could the Giants beat the Eagles? 3 keys for them.
Clock management, man. Washington kind of gave everybody the blueprint. You can make this game very boring, and literally just run the ball all game, minimize, the time Jalen is on the field, and wear out this defense. So Brian Dabble as well. I don't know what he got queued up because he coached in college, Jalen. So now you're looking at what these dudes are going to do. Washington once again kind of gave in the blueprint as far as how to play the or not Washington, the Texans. You send somebody blindside opposite of the RPO because Jalen's normally reading the defensive end he's facing. So he can't see who's coming off the back end. So if these guys are going to do a wide 9 and double team that blindside, that blindside tackle, that's a wrap. The RPO's dead, and now you got to figure out another way to establish the run game, because that is our run game. And next one is going to be you double team, have your safety double team one of these wide receivers. Make Jalen make a last minute decision, because you're not knowing if these guys are going to let AJ be one-on-one, let Devontae be one-on-one, let Pascal go one-on-one. And if these guys are double team, it's going to hurt us. And utilize Saquon a lot more. Put him in the slot, put him in the outside, use him in a lot of motion, just to get that defensive flowing, take numbers out the box. Because Daniel Jones can be utilized to run as well. So
yeah,
I could see Dabo running the Philly offense almost, RPO versus RPO, because Daniel can run. So as long as that invisible sniper is not at the Meadowlands, that could be an interesting, a game on that aspect of it. Giants can play it a decent way, but I don't think so. Coach Dabo is a good person, but we're just too stacked on our roster. Now for us on the Bird side, what our key success are, play to your strengths. Play to your strengths, meaning your wide receivers are going to be your biggest weapons right now, because they have no secondary. So force those guys to take those bodies out of the box, because you got to help your secondary. Eventually you're going to get tired of AJ and Devontae going over the top and getting touchdowns, to where you're now playing, double safeties. And then once that happens, guess what? You release Miles Sanders, Kenny G, and Boston Scott, because you got 5 or 6 in the box. Our big boys can handle that. So then now what happened? You have a balanced, scheme, offense and defense, or play con. And then on the defensive side, Gannon doesn't have to be too pretty with it. Gannon just has to keep playing smart defense, disguising his defense to the aspect to where you're making Daniel Jones, think the pocket collapsed and he's good to go. And then out of nowhere, oh shit, his Hassan Reddick or Ndamukong Suh and all of them. So the other one is going to be I kind of want to release Blankenship a little bit more, just to kind of see what this kid did. There was something in that game where Blankenship's ability to cover more land as far as his closing speed is impressive. So
I've seen that.
I would like to see Blankenship blitz from the safety position. I'm talking, you give a cover 3 read, and then linebackers dropping back to replace him. Blankenship's coming right down the down A guy. Like, I want to see, Gannon be creative in that aspect of it, because now you're thinking, oh shit, Daniel Jones ain't going to outrun no damn safety. He can outrun Fletcher Cox and BG, but he ain't outrunning no safety. So
yeah. All right. So now my 3 keys to victory for the Giants. If I'm the New York Giants, I'm going back to week 1, watching the Detroit line tape, how they came out, how that defensive line. I know they ain't got no hutch on that defensive line, but I'm moving Thibodeau all across the board, and I'm stacking the line. All right, I'm bringing in blitz after blitz after blitz, because the fact that we are talented, we do have AJ Brown, we do have Devontae Smith, right? We do have Jack Stahl that has stepped up for Dallas Goedert. But still, I'm going to try to make Jalen Hurts beat me, right? I still want to see, if I'm the defensive coordinator, I am blitzing Jalen Hurts at least 70% of the time. I'm stacking the line and I'm bringing everybody. And that way, you could stop the Eagles' run at the same time, and you could make Jalen Hurts. And we saw he could get sacked. All right, Jalen Hurts been sacked, I think, 20 times so far this year. So he's capable of taking some sacks too, because he'd be sitting back there waiting for somebody to get open. So what's up, King?
No. Just to piggyback off that, Jalen Hurts, every time he got sacked, he's 11-1.
What? I know he's
he's
11-1.
Commanders game.
So if he gets sacked this game, we're gonna be 12-1. That's all I'm saying.
He got sacked during the Commanders game.
That was our own doing, and it was a missed call with the face mask.
So I'm moving tips all across the line, man. I'm gonna make the Philadelphia Eagle offensive line have penalties, either holding penalties, false start penalties, because I'm stacking that line. I'm faking a cover 0 at least 90% of the time, and I'm trying to make Jalen Hurts, a second-year starter, beat me with his arms and not with his legs. If you make him beat you with his legs, guess what? Then Miles Sanders is going to get involved. Then Gainwell is going to get involved. Then Boston Scott is going to get involved. So contain the running by bringing up a lot of people, and hopefully you could at least get Jalen Hurts to make a mistake, a sack, or something. Go back and watch week 1, man. We had, the same guy we have now, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, but the Lions were ferocious with their blitz package. They always were sending 1 or 2 more guys that we could have blocked. And guess what? Our line wasn't ready for it. Even Jason Kelson said we wasn't ready for it. So why not? 13 weeks later, maybe our line is not ready for what the Giants is, a divisional game. So just throw everything at them. All right. So Saquon Barkley, I'm definitely going to establish that run with Saquon Barkley. Like Coach say, I'm running RPO with Daniel Jones. I'm doing RPO versus RPO. We know that the Eagles are sometimes they get burnt by these running quarterbacks, by these mobile quarterbacks. So I'm going to use Saquon. I'm going to use Daniel Jones. I'm going to use quick screens to wide receiver. I'm going to use quick screens to running backs. A way to slow down an aggressive defense is to screen the hell out of them. So if I'm game planning, definitely running some screens. I'm definitely, those are my 3 keys. But as far as the Eagles goes, man, look, last week game plan, the Tennessee Titans came in with a top run defense. I think number 4 or number 1, right? But they were the number 1.
They're number 1
defense. Mm-hmm. So that's why last week's game plan was more throw. I think this week is going to be, we might see a 225 from Jalen Hurts, and also over 200 yards, combined rushing, on the ground with all the, with all the running backs. So definitely my last key is, man, you have to get Daniel Jones. You have to make him uncomfortable. You have to get this ugly Eli Manning look going. If Daniel Jones is looking like Eli Manning, like, we got him. We got him. The ugliest look I ever saw a quarterback face was Eli Manning. I would not go into battle with Eli Manning. If my leadership looked like Eli Manning, I'm like, nah, man. Nah, you can go by yourself. No confidence. So if we get that same look and Daniel Jones' face, that I don't know what's going on type of look, I'm not confident. Patrick Cox, Hargrave. I mean, hey, it's all down here from then. But definitely, those are my 3 keys. And we are about to head out of here. So, what is your score prediction, Coach, on your way out?
28-7.
28-7. That's what I'm talking about. And, hey, let them know where they can find you at, man.
Hey, y'all can find me on Twitter, Coach Walk 28. I'm not on IG like that as far as sports. It's strictly military on my IG. So if y'all trying to contact with me, hit me on Twitter. And then, of course, we got the Swoop Boys. We got a Facebook page now. So make sure y'all hop on that. And then, yay, catch us live. We about to actually go live in the next 2 minutes. So.
All right, brother. Hey, thank you very much for tuning in. I would definitely be tapping into that. Thank you very much. And good luck, sir. Hey, all love, bro. All right, bro. Later. Yo, King, man, look, all right, man. So, give me some bold prediction for this upcoming game for the Philadelphia Eagles, and then give me your score.
My bold prediction is that Jalen Hurts is going to pass for 2 touchdowns over 200 yards, and he's going to have a rushing touchdown.
That's not bold prediction. What the hell is that?
All right.
I said bold prediction. 1,000-yard passing is a bold prediction, not 200 yards. What's that?
We're going to come out passing. That's the bold prediction.
All right, let me go first. All right, because
you go first.
I don't know
go
what
first.
Prediction
you
is.
go first. You go first.
All right. Look, the Philadelphia Eagles will sack Daniel Jones 8 times because I'm telling you right now, Sue, Joseph, Cox, Hargrave, Josh Sweat is on another level. Last week we got 6 with 10 here. This week we are getting Daniel Jones 8 sacks on Daniel Jones. Another bold prediction. James Bradbury will get a pick 6. I tweeted it out earlier. He will get a pick 6 on Daniel Jones. Revenge game continue. Revenge tour continue for the Philadelphia Eagles. But definitely I see a pick 6 coming for James Bradbury. And Miles Sanders will rush for 180 yards this game because this is going to be a much more balanced game. 180 for Miles Sanders and 100 yards for Jalen Hurts on the ground. And Philadelphia Eagles run for over 300 yards total. And we win the game. We win the game 31-17.
That's crazy. Because I did have a similar score. But okay, so if you're going there, then coming off of the Tennessee Titans game, I'll say that Saquon Barkley is only going to have 50 yards rushing. 50.
Okay.
Devontae Smith, this is Devontae Smith's game. Devontae Smith is going to be even closer to 1,000 yards. Yes. AJ Brown's going. AJ Brown.
I forgot about the giant killer. I forgot about
AJ
that.
Brown. AJ Brown is going to get his 1,000 yards because he's going to have 50 yards, but it's going to be a Devontae Smith game. Also, are we going about sacks? Ugh. No, I ain't even going to go with sacks because I think that we're going to be able to get to Daniel Jones to the point where we're going to be scoring and they're going to have to pass the ball. I'm calling 3 picks.
3 picks. Okay. Bradbury, pick 6. No.
Bradbury, pick 6.
Slay, a pick.
Slay.
And a pick.
Yep.
I like it. Because you know what? They've been stuck on 3 for a while now. Bradbury and Slay been stuck on 3 picks for about 5 weeks now. So I need to see a big time, especially when Daniel Jones about to get sacked and he try to just throw the ball blind. That's why I'm saying a pick 6 for Bradbury, definitely. But Boston Scott, the giant killer. Okay, all right, man. I can see that. I can see Boston Scott, doing a couple big plays there. Man, Richie had one. Somebody said, let me see. Oh, next ball get 2. Okay, 2. Okay, touchdowns. All right. Hey, look, Jalen Hurts. I got Jalen Hurts at least throwing for 3 touchdowns. So, hey, why not have Jack Stahl? What's up, Samuel? We have no hope against them boys. Why did we boosting? Oh, well, we them birds. Wait, what? Hold on. Samuel wrote, a.k.a. Dark Skin Sky Still Burner account.
There's too much going on. There's too much going on with his name. It's too much.
No hope against them boys. MC, bold prediction, Nakobe Dean first NFL sack. Hey, Nakobe Dean might start. If Kaiser White can't go, Nakobe Dean might start this game. So, but yeah, we'll see. I would love to see Nakobe Dean out there. We did have some other teams talking about, I thought Nakobe Dean was going to be the guy. Nakobe Dean can't get on the field because we got that much talent on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Facts.
But he's a talented player. Go ahead.
And on top of that, we don't know in the NFL how Nakobe Dean is being, because Jonathan Gannon wants the linebackers to come back a little bit to stop the slants and stop certain receivers. So we don't know how Nakobe Dean is, but we know Kaiser White is good at that. So you got to take the good with the bad.
I think Nakobe Dean is better than Kaiser White when given the opportunities. Like you said, this dude was in there for 15 plays and has 6 tackles.
6 tackles. That led the team, bro. That led the team.
He's not afraid to go. He's not afraid to play linebacker. And when you're a linebacker, you see the whole, like, your defensive linemen are engaged and the hole open up. He's not afraid to go in there and meet them at the gap. And that's why he had that many tackles that fast. Because you already saw as soon as he came in, he was meeting Henry at the hole. So definitely, I think that his, ceiling might be higher than Kaiser White, but we will see. But Samuel, I think Samuel is a Cowboys fan. He said Clark is greater than Dean, right? And he says Boss Man is greater than Trashberry.
We could block him. We could block him.
Nah, I'm not blocking him because
No. It's a joke. It's all jokes. But what?
But shout out to y'all, man. That's watching, man. We're about to wrap this up, but please make sure y'all hit that like button on both of our channels.
Oh crap! I didn't get my score.
Okay, wait, yeah, but we're not done yet. But man, I was just making sure that they know to hit that like button for us and subscribe if you're not. But please, it helps the channel grow. This is episode 20 of the Showdown podcast. Even when the NFL season is over, the Showdown podcast will continue. I'm a Nets fan. He's a Sixers fan. And trust me, we got a lot to talk about for the basketball season, especially both teams are poop right now. But definitely going to get to basketball a little bit further after the new year starts. So definitely tune into that. And we will have guests throughout the year that that had nothing to do with the Eagles, because this is the Showdown podcast. This is basically going to be a debate show once football is over with. So you definitely want to tune in and subscribe. But go ahead, man. Finish with your score prediction and stuff.
So I'm just going to keep it short. My score prediction is 34-17. That's fine. 34-17. I think that we're going to hold them to 10. I think we're going to see a Gardner Minshew showing. And I think that, they're going to score and trash, garbage time to the point where, the game is already out of reach.
Yo, Oates was like bold prediction. Sue get a pick 6. Ooh, hey, or Sue might get a fumble recovery and run in the end zone. Maybe a pick 6. We will see. He got to play. It got to be tapped at the line and pick it and, stiff arm a lot of people to get to that pick 6. But that's your bold prediction. It might happen. Cole, like, my boy got hacked. Nah, he's an undercover. Nah, he's a Cowboys fan, Cole. Samuel is a Cowboys fan. He's just in here, trolling us. But it's all good. Santa was drunk and he might have driven the sled and gotten a DUI. What are we talking about here? If Clark is going in. No, I'm not sold on Boss Man, dog. All right, so the Nets are great. That's what I'm talking about. My guy, Samuel. Yes, my best friend right now. See, I was about to cuss you out, because you was a Cowboy fan, but then you said the Nets. You my guy, Sam. You my guy, Sam. But anyway, man, we about to get out of here. But King, man, let them know where they can find you at, and if you have anything else in the next few days coming up, feel free to let them know.
So you can check me out on King DV Sports on YouTube, because I do Eagles and Sixers. I try to twinkle in the Sixers. The Sixers are garbage right now, and it's hard to talk about them. I did a rant video on my channel. I'm just done with them. I'm done with Glenn Rivers and all of them. Yes. Hey, I agree with you, bro.
Tucker is worse than Ben Simmons.
Who?
Tucker is worse than Ben Simmons right now.
Oh, that's a fact.
Oh, you actually agree, because when I said that, but y'all would have seen me.
That's a fact, because that's before we played games. And now,
have you watched Tucker the past 5 years? This dude.
Yeah, no. He hasn't been scoring. He hasn't been rebounding the way he did in Miami and the Bucks. He hasn't been doing anything. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree.
Hey, nah, man, you can't agree. This is a showdown. Don't agree with
No, I'm not agreeing with you when we flip the switch to NBA. Oh, I'm not agreeing with you with nothing. I'm gonna be Skip Bayless. I'm not agreeing with nothing. But anyway, you could catch me on Twitter at King DV Sports, Facebook, King DV Sport, Instagram, King DV Sports, and TikTok. He gonna make fun of me. Yeah, TikTok. But TikTok at King DV Sports. So that's everything you can find me at. But I'm gonna be doing Sixers and Eagles videos. I'm gonna do my own video on the upcoming game and my predictions and things like that. I'm trying to get more into detail with that. Yeah, but that's all I got, man. I already know the Sixers play, and I'm probably gonna go on another rant. So if y'all want to see that, follow me or subscribe, please.
All right, so yeah, definitely go check them out, man. Like I said, man, content creating is a part-time job. We do have families, we do have friends, but some of us do. But definitely, man, go check them out, though, man. And of course, you can find me. Look, I'm heavy on Twitter like a mug, man. After I snipe a couple people, I jump back on Twitter and just go through Twitter. I see Cowboys fans on there. I'm constantly posting about Philadelphia Eagles, man. JC Sports Talk 20 in tribute to my man right here, Brian Dawkins, one of the greatest, the best Philadelphia Eagle player I've ever witnessed. Put on the midnight green. So definitely JC Sports Talk 20 on Twitter. That's where you get all your Eagles news from. And of course on YouTube. If you're on King's channel and you're not subscribed, just hit that subscribe button for your boy, man. That's all I'm maxing. And I have Thursday, I am doing the play-by-play for tomorrow night game. I don't know who plays, but I will be here just having fun anyway. And also, I have a giant content creator. We're going to do a few minutes, and then I'm just going to talk to myself. But definitely tune into that. But look, as always, man, I appreciate y'all, man. This channel, like our show, does not work without y'all. We definitely appreciate all the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that comment button, subscribe button. And if you're watching on the rerun, leave a comment below on both channels. As always, go Birds.